Good morning, everyone. Just another day getting through this journey. I was up pretty early this morning, didn't really sleep at all last night. One of my symptoms is that the inflammation in my body is so bad that it's in my veins and it's affecting my blood circulation in my veins, and they've been swelling up. Excuse me, I just took my pills and they seem to be in my throat still. But my veins get super swollen, like to the point you can actually see them popping out of my body, which you normally can't on me. And they hurt. I can just feel it like pulsing and pushing through my entire body. And when it does that, my circulation actually is really, really off. So I found a good oil regimen that when that flares up, it kind of helps bring it down for a little bit, but not a lot, long enough for me to sleep. So I didn't sleep last night. I've been up since early this morning, and I usually sleep about 12 to 15 hours a night right now when things don't hurt and keep me up. My body is in full recovery mode and really needs a lot of sleep, but I'm just sitting here this morning back in my same old corner of the couch. Just took all my supplements, praying they bring down the inflammation, sitting here working my feet, because when I sleep, when my circulation is like this, my feet actually turn purple, which is not good. Not good at all. I'm doing some other things. We have a beamer, which helps your blood and your circulation and oxygen and healing. So I'm on that every day, which does help. Along with my oils, I just oiled up. I sit here with this. This is my case. Everything is labeled. These are the things I use the most every single day. Put in roller balls so they're easier for me to use and put on in the moment of an episode. I go on my feet, on my veins, on my neck, on my jugular, so it goes straight to my brain. I'll go over all of those one of these days. But a little bit of a backstory. I don't even know what today's date is. I know it's almost my birthday. My birthday is June 1st, which is Monday. So I don't know. Today's the end of May 2020. I started going into the hospital and into the ER about the late April. I was having these episodes kind of like I am now. This is how they started. My feet would swell, my face and my hands would swell, but my blood pressure and my BP would actually drop significantly to the point I was like lethargic and would pretty much pass out. But they just kept checking all the major things: kidney failure, heart failure, and would run all the labs and send me home. I was starting to work. This was in the middle of this quote-unquote pandemic that we know is now not a pandemic, but doctors were shut down, right? You couldn't really get a hold or in to see anybody. So I was having to wait long periods to get in to talk to my MD and my functional doctor. He was so limited on the amount of patients that I couldn't actually see him. He would call me on the phone and we talked through some things at first. But things just progressively kept getting worse. The episodes were like once every maybe 2 weeks. I'd oil up, drink lots of water, put my feet up, get that swelling to go down, and just kind of push through the episodes. Sorry, I just thought someone walked by the window. It freaked me out. But then they started getting worse. They started progressing, happening every single day. And the symptoms started getting worse. I started not being able to breathe. I felt like my lungs were collapsing. Like something was like, it literally felt like my lungs were folding when I would breathe, but my oxygen level would stay up, so it was really confusing the doctors. The first time I was admitted to the hospital, they were so confused because I tell them I cannot breathe. Like, it feels like my chest and my lungs are collapsing, and they'd look at the O2 monitor and be like, but you're fine. Like, your O2 is fine. You're fine. Nothing's wrong. It's all in your head. That's basically what they kept telling me. At one point, I had the rudest neurologist at St. Anthony's. She told me that I'm making it all up and I need to see a psychiatrist and that it's all in my head. And I told her I'm a mindset coach. Like, I literally teach people how to shift their mindset for a living and help people and teach classes and stuff on that. And she goes, you're not very good at your job. Yeah. She no longer works at St. Anthony's. I don't know if it's because I put in a massive complaint, because you don't get to treat people like that. I am not a person who seeks out medicine, especially Western medicine, unless something is severely wrong. And I told her that. She didn't want to believe me. She didn't want to run the tests my functional doctor was asking for. And had she done it, I would have figured out what's wrong with me a long sooner than we did. But things started progressing so bad that I would get paralyzed in my episodes. It's because I have Epstein-Barr and Guillain-Barr. And we just found out a couple of days ago that we ran an antibody test that tests where your body is basically attacking itself. So it confuses your tissues and your brain and your spine, depends on where it's attacking for you, with the virus that it's trying to fight. So it looks so close to the Epstein-Barr virus that it's trying to kill off. And my Epstein-Barr levels are insanely high to the point that they can't even read them. They don't even measure it that high. So the body gets confused. Instead of attacking all of that, it's attacking my brain. So it's attacking a huge portion of my brain, which makes me not be myself, which makes me have all these issues, right? The paralysis, everything that's going on, makes my brain not really be able to function. Like, I can't really look at the camera, so you'll notice in my videos I can't really stare at the phone or anything for too long. I don't know, weird things. I don't feel like myself because I have no like eye contact, but my brain gets overstimulated super, super fast by too much noise, too much movement, too much light, too much talking, too much anything. Makes my brain freak out. And now I know what autistic children feel like because I feel it. Their brains, right? That's their problem. Well, part of it, and that they get overstimulated and always have I have earplugs, because I just can't sometimes. And it's really hard to explain, but to express it for those of you who have people with brain damage and brain issues and autistic children, to know how they really feel. Like, it really actually hurts inside. Yes, it's inflaming my brain and messing with my neurological pathways, but it actually physically makes you hurt. Like, I have this like bubble, this energy bubble around me, and when I'm in that super hyperactive state where everything's bothering me, you can't touch me because it hurts when you touch me. Some points in the hospital, I would literally scream if you barely touched me because it hurts so bad. But anything that enters that bubble, like, you don't even have to be touching me, you just have to be close to me, sets it off. So that's why, and for some reason, music, I've started trying to look this up because I don't know much about autism. Obviously, I don't have a child with it, so I haven't done a huge amount of research. But you always see them with their headphones on, music, staring at their tablet and watching something, because it does something. It makes you like check out. It puts your brain in a different space that you forget what's going on in your body. And even though I'm not supposed to have a lot of noise, when I put music on, even in that state, one, it's gospel music, so God always calms the heart and the spirit. But it just does something. So I just put on my music, I sit in the quiet, nobody touch me. I'll put my oils on usually myself because I can't handle the feel of the rollerball going down my spine when I'm in an episode. But just that very big bubble. So if you know anybody and they freak out when you enter and don't even touch them, that's why. There's this space that, I don't know, it's energy, it's your aura, it's whatever you want to call it. I don't know the term for it, but when that space gets entered, it kind of sets something off inside of your brain and your body, and it hurts. And you just need people to leave you alone. Put on your headphones, sit in silence. Like, I need complete silence and usually darkness. If it's not dark outside, I just sit and close my eyes and sometimes put a rag over them. But there is always hope. Like, I'm journaling all of this and doing these videos to let you know you're not alone out there struggling, because there's a lot of people struggling with autoimmune. All our symptoms are different, right? No one's exactly the same. But it's confusing and it's hard, and sometimes you don't get answers. I pray over everything, over every doctor I've been led to, over every oil I put on during the day. My whole regimen was intuitively put there by God, not by me, and it's working. Just know there's answers, and you have to keep searching for them. If I were to still have stayed with Western medicine, I probably still would not know what's wrong with me. So find a functional doctor, find a doctor who will listen, find people who will listen. I'm a health coach by trade, and yes, I'm not a doctor, but people like us actually listen, and we find you the resources and the help. So find the people. They're out there. But that's it for today. Just be kind to those and be patient, because in the middle of an episode you cannot articulate. I cannot talk. I can't tell you what's going on. I just need you to not touch me and not talk and turn the TV off and be quiet. And I feel bad for those children who can never speak and communicate because they can't ever tell you that. Or the adults, right? The ones with brain damage and car accidents and all of that. But there is hope. God is good. And I'm just going to keep being still and letting him fight my battle. But until then, I will continue to come to y'all, be truthful, vulnerable. Some days suck, some days my mentality is not there, and some days I'm like today, like my body hurts, but my mind is okay. So thank you all for joining in my journey, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.